How's this date going?
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Critics Collective. I'm Legacy Lingo and I have Mayte here with me. And we are about to give you guys a spoiler-free review of Drop, which just recently came out in theaters. It's available in theaters now. Now, before we do that, we want to thank everybody that's been supporting this page. We ask you guys, please go ahead, like, subscribe, turn on the alerts, join our collective community. And if you really want to help this page, please give us a watch for at least 3 minutes. I'm telling you, it helps us so much, so much. All right. Now, the synopsis as IMDb has it for Drop is a widowed mother's first date in years takes a terrifying turn when she's bombarded with anonymous threatening messages on her phone during their upscale dinner, leaving her questioning if her charming date is behind the harassment. Mayte, how do you feel about that synopsis? Do you think it's on point, on par with what the movie's about?
It was up until her questioning her date, because even in the trailers, like it says, like the anonymous person literally says, "Kill your date." So why would he try to kill himself? And he's
Right.
like helping her, like trying to figure it
Trying to
out.
help her figure
And
it
she's
out.
looking around so that's
Right.
in the trailer. So I'm like, it was
So
going good
whoever
up
wrote this
until
didn't even see the movie. That's basically
I
what you're
don't know if they
saying.
saw it. I don't know if they just understood something different of the
An
movie
intern did it. An
and
intern. We'll just blame
left.
it on an
I don't
intern.
know.
People are like, hey, read the synopsis. I'm like, yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. So that person probably just lost their job, but that's not on us. All right. So I did not see this movie. I know. We're not going to even go there. Okay, but I am anxious to hear what Mayte has to say about it, because this one is kind of like a new age whodunit. It's a little spin on whodunit, a little different than what we've normally got in the past, and so I feel like it's worth talking about because I feel like it's a little different. We're getting a lot of the same type of stuff just done over and over, especially now movies going straight to streaming. You're seeing a lot of the same stories. Everybody's putting their own spin on it, but I kind of curious to hear if this is different enough. All right, Mayte. So first, tell me your initial impression when you saw the trailer. How did you feel about it?
I was excited. It was very action packed, and just the trailer alone. And then you do get that, who done it. So I was very curious to see how they were gonna go, if it was gonna be more action based, more mystery based.
So you were excited to see it. Now
hmm
go ahead and tell me now that once you got it, give me your highs and lows. How did you really feel about it?
So I'm trying to think of lows.
Mm,
Um,
really?
I honestly really enjoyed the film. It was a good whodunit on with like a very modern, realistic take, and maybe not realistic, but I would say more of like getting airdrops on your phone. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you have airdrop, or even with I don't know how it works with like Android users, but because I have an iPhone, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but
We don't.
I know there's something for that too. um, and just getting airdropped. I mean, usually it tells you who sent it. But I know before that feature, when it was brand new, you could get airdropped by random people. So it was a nice take on that. And then you're at a restaurant, so it's like you really don't know who it could be. And I feel like it's crazy this happened on a first date.
Mm,
Kind of interesting. And I mean, I
mm.
don't want to spoil
I see.
anything, but
So there was a movie that I did a review on called Amber Alert, and
okay,
that was the movie where they
I watched
basically
it.
you watched it. So
Yeah.
in my opinion, they did not have a strong sense of how the technology worked with the AirPods and stuff. And there were some things I
Uh-huh.
was like, yeah, that's not accurate. Would you say that the way they used the technology of today for this movie, it actually worked?
Yes.
It made sense. So it
Yes.
was kind of okay.
It made sense. Um, Especially like when things start to, sorry, the birds, but
It's
when
okay.
things start to unfold, because sometimes you're like, once it gets to certain parts, like for me, I didn't question things like, oh, maybe if you did question something like, oh, who would have this type of technology? Once you find out who it is and what the purpose is, like once they give you little breadcrumbs, you're
Mhm,
like, okay, this is something important that happened on a backstory level,
mhm.
where you would understand why these people have access to this type of technology.
Okay.
So then it makes sense. So
Gotcha.
it's not like, oh, they're just putting things for the plot. So it's like again, I don't want to ruin anything, but
No, no, yeah, we definitely don't
because
want to
there's a
spoil for
lot
people,
in the movie that's not in
and
the
that's great.
trailers. So I don't want to ruin anything at all because
That's beautiful.
it's good to not know when you're going into the theater. So,
Which is exactly why I don't watch trailers, because sometimes they either give away too much or they're
mhm,
misleading. They either give you their best moments, the whole story, or they're misleading. You're expecting one movie, you get another. So I just
mhm,
like to go in blind, and that's good that you said the trailer doesn't
mhm.
give away everything. So I'm gonna try to ask you questions, see if you can answer them without giving away anything. But
Okay.
this movie, it gave off the vibe like, of course, there's going to be a big twist, big reveal. Do you feel like it was worth it? Do you feel like everything kind of tied in together as far as
Yes. I feel
everybody
like
involved in it?
me personally, yes, because there's multiple people in question.
Mm,
And I feel like there's times where they pivot back and forth to certain people. So they play around with your mind a little bit, like, oh, it could be this person. Maybe it's this person. Like, maybe why is this person doing this? And then, when they introduce certain characters, so you think they're leading you this way, then they're leading you that
mhm.
way. And then as they're leading you away from one character that you think it is, they lead you towards the other one. And then once they take away that person, they lead you towards back to the other one. So it is a really good chase of who done it.
Right.
And then once you do get to that person, there's still it's not when it's you get to the who done it and then it's the end. It's like a
Mhm.
very short ending. There's
Right.
still it's not like
Is there more to unpack from
yeah,
there?
there's still a little bit more to unpack from
Okay.
there. Um so I did like that. I did enjoy
Okay.
that.
I got one last question for you,
Hmm.
and then we're gonna rate it. Okay.
Okay.
One of my biggest things about a whodunit that I hate, that's been trending for the last decade, especially since Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder,
Hmm.
is they like to give you all of these elements of people, right? And it's understandable they want to mislead
Hmm.
you for the whodunit, and then when they finally reveal it, it's somebody that was barely in the film or the TV series, and that pisses me off. I feel like the best way to reveal a whodunit is somebody that's always in the mix, that you thought at one moment, then you didn't think, then you thought at one moment, then you didn't think. But when you bring out somebody that's like, I forgot about this guy. He wasn't even in the movie. That pisses me off. Was it one of those moments?
I feel like it depends on who you're asking.
Mm,
Because for me personally, I feel like it was there enough where it wasn't there all along, but it was there enough.
I like the word enough. It doesn't have to
Um,
always be there, but if it's there enough, I like that.
yeah, because you don't want it to be too much like, oh, it was obvious it was him the whole
Right.
time.
Right.
And I feel like they pivoted back and forth between certain characters enough, and they added a little bit of that character too, where it did question, and you're like, nah, it's not that person. But then you're like, wait, but could it? But you're like, but
Mm,
how? And then when they do direct you to other ways, you're like, nah, it's definitely this person. And then you kind of, it's like a battle of other two people, maybe two or three. And then when it's that other person, it's like, okay. So it's not like some random person. Oh, it was just this person, like this random,
this
like,
person that brought you water in the first 5 minutes, you
yeah,
never saw him again.
yeah, somebody that you never like saw, somebody that would like peek through a corner or
Yeah,
something. Like,
somebody.
no,
Yeah,
it wasn't
okay.
like that.
It wasn't
Yeah,
that bad.
no,
All right, that's very rewarding for me. I'm actually looking
yes,
forward to watching it. Looking forward to watching it.
yes.
So let's go ahead and rate this thing like we do in true critics collective fashion. We got our accolades, and going from 0 to 5. 5 being excellent, 4 actually being good, 3 being average, 2 below average, 1 poor quality, and 0 horrible, absolute trash. Mayte, please tell me, how many accolades are you giving this one?
Um, I'm gonna give it a 5. There was
Ooh,
something I did remember that was a low, maybe, but it's not like
but you still give
for
it a 5.
me. I like the Who Done It better,
Mhm,
but I would say maybe because I honestly completely forgot about this whole aspect
mhm,
because I feel like that aspect was only to build a sense of urgency for the character. Like everything that went on at home, let's just say that everything that was going on at her home,
mhm.
not at the restaurant,
Right.
I really care for her.
I kind of got that with the little bits of the trailer I saw.
I feel like it could have been a little bit more like I feel like again it was just more of the sense of urgency for her because if that wasn't going on at home, obviously she would just turn off her phone and just I don't care.
Right.
So I get it, which I
They
feel
needed
like
to have something to
yeah,
keep her engaged in this situation.
yes, that was only the thing. Um,
But
but
you didn't really care for
but
that
I didn't
part.
really care for it, so I feel like any critique would be towards that aspect.
No. Should have just been shorter when they go to it. Like, don't linger on it as much. Like, we understand. Okay, yes, this is still pulling her, but let's get back to it. Is that what that made you feel better about it?
Mm, no, I mean I feel like it really wasn't like I feel like it's just me nitpicking at that situation could have been a little bit more like just different in that aspect, but
Okay.
nothing like I guess it didn't really take away too much of the plot. That was just more the sense of urgency for her.
Well, you still gave it a 5, so
But
that
yeah, I
says a
still give it
lot.
a five. Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna watch it now, and then after I watch it, then we can talk about it and maybe see, if we
If
can
it
pull out more
changes.
see if we can pull out more of what they could have done different, or see if I see what you see. Also, if you
Hmm.
guys get a chance to watch this, please come back in the comments. Let us know how many accolades you give it, what you thought, highs and lows. If you can relate or you agree or disagree. We want all of that. And while you're doing that, make sure that you're hitting that subscribe button, liking this video, and turning on the alerts. We appreciate you guys boosting us up. We are growing at a fast rate, and it's because of you guys, and we love doing this for you. Okay, so again, this was Drop. It's available in theaters now, and we are the Critics Collective. I'm Legacy Lingo, and I have Mayte here, and we will see you guys on the next one.